right, I've got something very exciting to talk to you about today. Now, this is a program that I actually created over 20 years ago and I use with my own kids. And I want you to be aware of it because this is the best real estate-based college savings plan available. Now, forget about college savings plans. There's 100 of them out there, and I like real estate. So let's take and use real estate as a college savings program. And just to give you an idea, like I said, I developed this about 20 years ago. I shared it with some people, but I never did anything with it as far as telling people about it. I actually started writing a book about it, everything like that, because this is spectacular information. But here I am sitting in my office and we're talking about different things, and I thought, you know what, I want to do a video on this. So I'm going to do a quick video. I haven't looked at this in years, so I apologize if I may stumble a little bit, things like this, but the fact still remains that this is the best program. So this is the main reason behind this is there's college savings programs, but let's make it real estate based. Let's have the tenant of a house pay for your pay for your child's education or your grandchild's education. And I'm going to show you how to do that and how the numbers all work out specifically perfect for them. Now, imagine, let's just say this could be for any age. You can say this could be a grandfather doing it for a grandkid. This could be you doing it for your kids, whether they're not born or 10 years old. It all works out about the same. The whole idea is to buy a property, have a rental property, just one home for each child. And what you do is you put that on a program to get that paid off by the time they go to college. Now, once they do graduate high school, they're ready to go to college, this can be used for any purpose. For example, this is a way of getting a house paid off very quickly and efficiently and have that equity as a growth vehicle that more than doubled or tripled or quadrupled its value for their, I'm saying for college, you can pay for college with it, but there's a couple of different other things. Let's just say one, you want to pay for college. Great, you can pay cash for college. You have a house that's paid off. You could sell that house, pay for college cash. You can hold on to that house and have the cash flow to augment your child's income while they're in college. They can say, I'm not doing college, and go move into it and have a house rent-free that they own. This can be, they could start a business, they can do whatever you want. So it's really a savings program, but I'm phrasing this as a real estate college-based savings plan. Now, the farther progressed your kids are in age, the faster this has to be done. The low, just like all compounding interest, the earlier you do it, the better. But here's how this works. We'll show you this spreadsheet here. Let's just say you find a house, and it's a $200,000 house. Now, I'm not even saying you're getting a bargain on the house. You pay a normal $200,000 house. Now, you can still do that in Texas. It's even better if you do it in a college town where you think your kid wants to go to college. For example, if you went to A&M and you know you want your child to go to A&M, maybe you buy a house near A&M or whatever college you want to. Or this can be in your backyard, anywhere you want. But let's just assume a $200,000 house. And let's assume you put $50,000 down. Now, where to get the $50,000? I'm going to back that up. If you don't have that, there's other programs where you can put lower down payments. There's different things you can do, but that's where you start saving early on. So this does assume that you have $50,000 to invest. There are better loans that you can put lower down. I just wanted to use a $50,000 basis. So you get a loan for $150,000 right here on the screen. A 30-year loan, now I've got it at 4% interest. Now you can get home loans right now at lower than 4%. However, let's just use 4% for a nice even percentage. So your payment, your $150,000, PI is $723 a month. Now, using a 1% rule, you're buying a $200,000 house that you can rent for $2,000 a month. You have your debt service payment of $723. Taxes in Texas, which are extremely high, let's put it at $333 a month. Insurance at $50 a month. You're going to have maintenance costs. Let's put in $75 a month for that. Now let's assume that you hire a management company because you may not be near it. You want to hire a management company. On homes, that's usually about 10%, so I plugged in $200 for a management fee. HOA dues at $20 a month gives you a cash flow of $599,000 a month. So you put $50,000 down and you have $600 a month in cash flow. Okay, so bottom line, that's about a 14% return on your investment right there. But that's not what this purpose is for. Now, let's keep on going down. Now, this extrapolates out 10 years based on 3.5% rent growth, 2% expense growth, and appreciation of 4% per year. And again, those go up and down. They can be all over the board, but that's a good average. Now, the value of the property when you bought it is $200,000. Well, at the end of year one, 4% appreciation makes it $208,000. Your loan balance is $150,000. Well, based on that payment that you've been making on your debt, now the debt's only $147,000. Okay, this is a standard real estate transaction so far. So you have $50,000 in equity and you invested $50,000. End of year one, you now have $60,000 in equity with $50,000 invested. That's a 21% return on your investment. Now, I want to show you what the graph looks like. Oh my God. The graph did not show up on yours. There it is. Okay, never mind. Here it is. So here's the graph view. Okay? The blue is your cash invested, and that stays solid right across the board. Your equity is the red. That's what's growing. Okay? Your loan amount is going down ever so slightly, and the value is going up at 4% a year. At the end of this time, you have got equity of $178,000. Now, that's a really good deal, especially considering you had cash flow all those years. But what you do is you turn around and you take and you reinvest those debt service payments. So all I'm going to do on my spreadsheet is type yes right here on extra debt payments. And what that does is that takes your cash flow and puts it toward reducing your debt. Okay? Now, this is showing, watch what happens here. Now your debt is paid off in 10 years. Your loan, you can see, comes down here. It's actually paid off between years 9 and 10. And now you have equity in that house of over $304,000. You invested $50,000, right? And you've got $300,000. Now that's in 10 years. You made 6x, okay? 6 times your investment to go ahead and pay for college. Now, in 10 years, what are college costs going to be? Well, I can pretty much guarantee that they're not going to go up 6 times in the next 10 years. So you can easily pay for college on this. You have a $300,000 home that your child can live in. Let's say they don't want to go to college, they want to start a business. They want to pay for college. You can refinance the property, pull that cash out, tax-free, and pay cash for college and still having the renter pay for your college. They can refinance the house, keep the house as an investment, and go start a business. They can go invest in something else. They can keep the house being rented out at this time and get cash flow of 28 plus that note payment of about $30,000 a year in cash flow from that property to live off of to augment their income. This is the best program you can use. Now, there's nothing fancy about this. All it is a real estate-based college savings plan. So you can do this any way you want to, but the bottom line is you're buying a house, you're earmarking it for your child, and then you're doing what you can to pay it off. Now, grandparents, anybody else, rather than buying expensive gifts, things like that, they can throw an extra payment toward principal and just say, hey, you know what, my kid's turning 3. He already has everything he needs. He won't notice if you don't get him anything. Let's just go ahead. If you want to put in $10, $20, $30, $100, whatever it is, and I'm going to put that toward the value of their home, to paying off their debt, to get that paid off over time. So that's for college. So this is the best program you can use. Now, we're going to put this up on our website at darwingerman.com, and it's real estate-based college savings plan. I did this same thing for my kids, but I ended up paying for college anyway because I started off with each one of them with a condominium. And I started that condominium and I was paying it off. Well, the market turned on it a little bit, so I said, forget that, and I sold that property. And I reinvested those funds and reinvested those into different apartment deals. Start them early, start them young on investing. Get something that's earmarked for them. Keep on turning and reinvesting that money, and you too could have your college paid for and equity in a home paid for by your resident that you're renting to. The best program you can use. So go online at www.darwingerman.com and look for our real estate-based college savings plan, and it will outline this whole thing for you and give you the spreadsheet to use as well. So thank you so much, and go invest.